Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 Create a World video. So I am now continuing this series that I started in October of 2016, where I made one episode, and some of you may remember that. And I'm back and doing this, and hopefully I'm going to finish this world sometime soon, like in the next month. So we'll see if I can do that. But right now, we're here on episode 2 of what I'm calling Plymouth Isle. I didn't settle on this name during the first episode, but I settled on it shortly after having made the first episode. So that's what this world is called. And I started this video, and I did some stuff in the world. I kind of worked on it for, I don't know, like a half hour, 25 minutes, something like that. And then the game, well, it's not really a game, but then the program crashed. So that was fun. And also you saw like at the very beginning of this recording, there was like a pop-up that came up that said that Create a World has crashed. But then I just closed the pop-up and it still continued to work. So I was like, okay, thanks for the false alarm. But yeah, so Create a World's a bit finicky. It's not been like updated recently because, Sims 3's kind of just not been updated at all. So this beta program that never came out of beta, it's still got some issues with it, but it's fine. It only happened that one time, so you'll see that I save pretty frequently, and that's why, because it's just this thing is always at risk of crashing. But anyway, the main goal that I had for this, well, I didn't really have a goal. I was just seeing how far I could get in this episode. But what I accomplished this episode is kind of working out the town, like the main town square, kind of like not really downtown obviously, but like the town center area where like the city hall is going to be and the majority of the commercial and that kind of stuff, and also lots of housing. I think I placed something like nearly 50 or 60 lots in this episode, and that's just the beginning. This whole world will probably have over 100 lots, which is crazy because it's a very small world, and you can probably already tell it's a very small world, and that this area, this like not downtown, why do I keep saying that? This like town center area takes up quite a lot of space, but it doesn't, take up the whole island, which is good. I was a little worried it might. So anyway, my main goal with this area here that I'm doing right now was supposed to be, because it's an island, and there's all these roads on it, so I imagine that there has to be some way for large ships to come and, for cars to be delivered here, for just anything, building supplies, whatever. So I thought I wanted to build kind of an area, like a dock, I guess, or like this place. I was kind of like basing it off of how like cruise ships have like these docks on islands. Like I was thinking of like Key West. Actually, I should look at some Google Maps of Key West and kind of see the like dock area, because I realized that this retaining wall that I'm using looks a little off for this sort of thing, because there's like a railing there like along the whole thing. So I'm contemplating removing parts of the retaining wall and like putting a lot over the edge so I could build my own sort of dock situation with like tie downs and like proper things going up to it. I don't know, I need to like do a bit more research into what like a dock for like a large ship, like just one large ship that goes like right up to the ground here, not like a wooden dock like for small boats. That's not what I'm thinking about. So I need to look into how that would look. And it's not like docks in a big city where they like go out super far into the water. That's not what I'm trying to do either. So it's like a very specific sort of thing that I just have in my memory or have in my mind that I'm trying to do, and I realize that this retaining wall might not look quite right for it, but I was just trying something here, and I think it's better than just not having something like this at all. But I kind of based off this area here as like the main arrival point, and there's a park. What's going to be in the center there of the like between the road and the wall in the center area would be a park, and then I was going to make my central park the lot that I'm placing right now. So that would be there. It is kind of there. There we go. I've just placed it now. That would be the central park, as I imagined. It's a lot of lots are really weird they're really weird sizes. So this central park is 51 by 64, and so is like the city hall lot that I'm about to place soon as well. And there's like weird sizes like 48 by 52 and stuff like that. But I'm gonna so when I get around to terrain painting, I'm gonna have to remove the lots anyway, because you can't terrain paint under a lot, I'm fairly sure. So it's they're just kind of there so I can get an idea of what in the world I'm doing, because it's far easier to figure things out once you like putting lots in. It helps a lot with scaling and stuff. So I'm gonna work on that. And ideally, I would have used a road that was not the texture of the default roads, which is what I'm using here. And you can't change it after you place it. So like once I place these roads down, I can't change the texture unless I delete them all and put them back in. So I'm probably not gonna change that. And I couldn't find, like I was just looking on the internet for just road textures, and I couldn't find anything. Like I found some things, but nothing that I really liked. And I feel like, speaking of road textures, I should talk about what style I'm going for. I don't want this to be a tropical island. I want it to be kind of more like a New England type of inspiration for the style of it. So not tropical. It's not going to have palm trees and stuff. I'm thinking more of like New England style, and with whatever that entails, essentially. I'm thinking of like what is it, like Nantucket sort of thing. I have not looked at like Google Street View of Nantucket since I started the series back in 2016, but that's kind of the thing I'm going for. Not necessarily like geographical like style, but more just like with the plants and like buildings, like what the buildings will look like. So that's kind of what I am aiming for. And there's going to be some cliffs and stuff as well as the beaches. I kind of want to, it's not going to be like all beaches and stuff, though I do have a couple beaches already. Only one of them is terrain paint, which is the one that I did in the previous episode, the first one. But yeah. Anyway, you can see here that this like tiered sort of thing is happening. And there's going to be, I think, 3 different tiers. So that's the lowest one that's there. And now we're going to build the medium one, which is going to be for the city hall and just some buildings that kind of go around it, like there's be houses and some commercial buildings and stuff, and also this road that weaves around. I did open after I finished this episode, I opened it in the game, like in the actual Sims 3, so that I could look at the lots and see what buildings fit well, like what rabbit hole buildings fit well for the community lots. And I discovered that a lot of the expansion packs came with these like rabbit holes that did multiple things. So, like there's one where like Island Paradise, for example, has fantastic rabbit holes. So like the City Hall in Island Paradise is not only significantly smaller than the City Hall from the base game, but it's also the military base and also the police station. So it's a 3-in-1 that's smaller than the original City Hall, or the base game City Hall. So I'm going to use that for sure because it fits on the lot so much better. And height-wise, it fits on the island so much better and looks a lot less ridiculous. So I'm probably going to look for good rabbit hole buildings from expansions. I know for sure that I'm going to use Island Paradise stuff. I'm not sure what expansion, if they even came with an expansion, the retaining walls are from that I've been using, because I'm trying to keep this as base game as possible, because the thing with these worlds is if you don't have the packs, when you download it and install it, it's not just going to replace items, it's just not going to work at all if you don't have the pack. So I'm trying to keep this as base game as possible. So, of course, like rabbit holes can be replaced. Like that's not going to stop you. It might if I put them in with the world. So I could just, share a blank version of the world that doesn't have any lots filled in, like not even rabbit holes or anything, and then have a version that has like the rabbit holes from various expansions. Although, again, a lot of them are way too specifically themed for them to be really usable. So, like even Island Paradise stuff, I can't use a lot of it because it's way too tropical themed. But the City Hall is not. It's pretty okay. Like the Island Paradise Hospital is far more attractive than the base game hospital. And there's other ones that, other rabbit holes that kind of work better. So anyway, when I get to that, which won't be probably next episode because I still have to finish the rest of the island with the roads and lots, and then have to do terrain paint and plants and all that kind of stuff and spawners. But, you know, this episode made big progress, as you can probably already tell. And we're still nowhere near, I mean, we're only halfway through. So, you know, plenty more to come. But you can see this tiered thing happening. So we have like these various kind of levels of terrain. And over here, just putting in some roads for some houses. You can see there's also some lots on hills. I'm going to make sure there's plenty of interesting lots. So I already have a bunch of hill lots that I put in this episode that are very hilly. But I'm also going to have some lots that go into the water. I'm considering houseboat lots. Maybe, I don't know if that really fits in with the theme though, so I might not actually do that, but I'm thinking about it. And I don't even know how that works. I have no idea how that works at all. So I'd have to look into that more on how to make that functional. But as you can see here, just getting in some more roads and stuff and things. And the main worry that I had was that I wasn't going to be able to fit all the rabbit holes and stuff. So I placed a lot of community lots. So I think I may have placed too many looking back at it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill them all or with what I'm going to be able to fill them all. I might have to make some like custom buildings and stuff. Well, I mean, there's buildings like the library and museum. I guess I could have multiple museums if I want, you know, just to fill up all the, if there's extra. I don't even know yet because I haven't started placing all the rabbit holes or anything. You know, I was just testing some out. So I have no idea if I have enough community lots, but I feel like I have more than enough. So, you know, I'm probably going to make some of my own buildings for that, not just rabbit holes. But as you can see here, I'm making this neighborhood, and what I wanted to do is in some places, well, in this area of the world, which is like near the town center, I want it to be very compact and have like lots really close together, like you would kind of in real life. Because I feel like the problem I've always had in The Sims is that there's never been like areas where there's like a lot of houses that are kind of close to each other. It's always very spread out. So I want to have like the majority, well, not the majority, but like the rest of the island, you know, spread out. But at least have like this town square area kind of be more compact and tight and kind of have the houses really close to each other, which I think is kind of cool. And yeah, so that's why I did that. Anyway, right now I am placing some more roads, as you can see. And we're kind of coming down to this lower area. Like I said, this is a very tiered kind of, a lot of different height differences happening. But this lower area is down by the water. And it's where I'm going to put in some more community lots and some more residential lots and stuff like that. So there's a lot there. I think that's a community lot, or was it? That might have been residential, actually. Yeah, it was. Anyway, there you can see kind of an overview of the whole world there. One thing I wanted to mention is I know that some people don't like the grid and that it's really annoying to them, at least in house build videos. So like I know the grid has been on basically this entire video, but I really needed it when I was doing this because this whole town center area I'm lining up to the grid, and I'm not going to do this for the whole island, but it helps so much to like place lots and place roads when it's all like lined up. It just makes it visually easier to figure out where things need to go and stuff. So yeah, I'm probably going to work with the grid next episode too, but after that, once I'm done placing roads and stuff, then I'll probably turn it off. I will turn it off because I won't need it anymore, but for now, it's very convenient, so I'm sorry if that's really annoying or bothersome, but it's really helpful for me. And right here, I'm placing some weird size lots, like 48 by 52 or whatever. I'm not entirely sure what those are. I think they're like 52 blocks long. Yeah, there's some weird lots, but they're pretty big. There's some big lots, there's some small lots. There's a good variety just in this town square area, and there's a lot of lots in this town square area. They're like, there's definitely, I mean, right now we're at 27 lots. You can kind of see a count in the left side there where you can see it says lot 27. It has lot 16, lot 17, lot 18, all the way to lot 27 because it's a scroll thing, so you can't see the top of it. But yeah, we get to like over 50, and that's a lot of lots just for this one part of the island. So I feel like the island will probably have like 75 lots, maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't really know, but there will be lots of lots. And once I finish this Create a World series, I do want to start building houses. I'm definitely not going to be getting anywhere close to filling all these lots before I have to go, or before my break ends, and then I will have schoolwork again. But I'll probably try to do a few, and yeah. But I also don't know how I'm going to share the world yet, because I'm not a huge fan of the exchange, but I mean, that stuff is yet to come. There's also going to be a lot of just tweaking things, because I've already looked at the world in game, and like there's a lot of lots that just like, there's a lot of like tearing of the edges of lots, and like they don't quite line up to roads right for some reason, like they're too high. It's kind of a whole mess. So hopefully if I go in and like replace some lots when I do terrain painting and stuff, because like right here, like these lots I'm probably gonna have to replace, because I'm gonna be doing terrain painting like for sand, because it's the beach, and you can't terrain paint once a lot is there. So I'm probably gonna be redoing some of these areas, which is not a big deal. Like, you can just see what size the lot is, delete it, terrain paint, and then just click and drag and put it back. It's not a huge deal. So I'm gonna do that probably once I lay out the entire world. But you can see this area is coming along quite nicely. I'm just going to work over here now around this like tall part, where I'm going to put some more retaining wall things. But yeah, I mean, of course, right now it's just very rough around the edges. It's just like the initial kind of figuring out the layout, where the roads are going to go, where the lots are going to go, that sort of thing. So don't expect it to be perfect. Like, I know there's a giant hole in the wall on the corner right there. There's no corner to that wall. I know. Yeah, it's a little messy, but it's actually kind of fun. I haven't worked with the Creative World much, like in the last, like, whatever, like, I don't know, 8 years. The most Creative World I've done is basically that one video that I did 2 years ago, like the first episode of the series. So, don't have really any experience with this at all. I downloaded some some what are they called? Textures. Yeah, that's the word. I downloaded some textures, like terrain textures, like some grass and some dirt and some sand, different types of all those kind of things, and different types of rock. So they're all either from the base game or from World Adventures, but you wouldn't need World Adventures because it's just a texture. It would just come with it. But I haven't really put them in. I haven't put them all into the program yet, because you have to like add them in after you download them. So yeah, but I'm going to use a few more than just like the 3, because like Creative World just comes with 3, I think just 3 terrain paints, like the grass, sand, and 1 rock. So I'm probably going to mix it up a little bit with the terrain paints once I finish the layout, which of course will require me to remove some of the lots, or all of them, who knows. But I will do it like one at a time. I'm not going to like purge the whole world of lots. But anyway, here you can see it's coming along. I think we're almost at the end here. We're at 43 lots, so maybe I was a bit off with my guesstimate of over 50, but no, maybe not. We're still placing them. They're still coming in. But anyway, after this sped up portion, there's going to be some screenshots. Nothing too exciting, but you can stick around for that as well. And I hope that you enjoy this series, and that you're looking forward to me getting somewhere with this, even though it's been a long time since I started it, which is unfortunate, but yeah, these things happen. Anyway, putting in another road here, doing some adjustments, and I think, so we made it, to 47 lots? I think I placed some more, so I think we do make it over 50. Some more terrain editing, smoothing, and things. So here, just going to put some beach side lots in. And you can still see there's plenty of island left, actually. There's also another island, a small one next to this, too. I could put, like, the science laboratory or something on there. So, yeah, there's plenty of space, which is actually great, because I was worried about running out of space on this world, because it's pretty small. But anyway, just putting in some more lots. We made it to 49, so there's number 50. So, yes, lots of lots. But just put in a few more lots, so you can see kind of a nice overview there, but we'll get some screenshots too, and we're in the screenshots. So hope that you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the screenshots, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.